Hey everybody, it's Slow News Day Live. Welcome back. I am Steve Poikonen, and once again, this beautiful Boulder Creek, California, one of the most delightful zip codes with one of the most painful cover charges. Uh, Let me destroy the computer that I'm going to try and read off of. There we go. There's a tweet that's been going around lately from USA Today, uh, um, and rightfully mocked. Uh, Friend of the show, Pat the Burner, for the artist formerly known as Peter Douche's liaison, uh, was kind enough to point out that the USA Today, like Forbes and Business Insider and the New York Times and the Washington Post do from time to time when they love to prove that they don't understand a fucking thing about the country outside of the New York bubble in which they live. Put out a tweet that essentially said poor people spend their money on all the wrong things, up to like $1,500 a month on frivolous items like food and beverages and, more food and getting from place to place and having clothes to go to work in. I don't know about you guys. Uh, I have three kids. They're all between here. I have three kids. I have another son in New Hampshire that I do not get to see. Uh, at any rate, I have three kids here. They're all boys. They're ages 6 to 13. And they eat a lot of food, yo. Um, our grocery bill here in Santa Cruz County is over $1,000 a month, and we don't buy extravagant shit. We don't buy high dollar items. We buy in bulk as often as possible. We go to Costco like once a month if we can. It's to be told by somebody in an office building where the rent costs more than most people's houses do, that buying lunch when you're in the middle of an 8-hour shift is an unnecessary expenditure makes my fucking blood boil. Uh, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday the Jimmy Dore live stream with David Dole, the Rational National from Canada, but our good buddy Ron Pacone um, had to sit there and listen to a guy that gets free healthcare voter shame, uh, and he snapped and he called David Dole out on it, and it was a beautiful moment because it highlights the disconnect. Um, it highlights the disconnect of people that have things between people that don't have things. There's an obvious disconnect there. I know that sounds fucking retarded, but if you're in that bubble and you're not worried about where money is going to come from to pay for your health care, then yeah, it's probably an easier intellectual argument to say, well, you clearly vote for someone like Joe Biden because he's not as optically horrible as Donald Trump. Um, I don't vote for Republicans. I've never voted for a Republican. Joe Biden is a Republican. I would not vote for Joe Biden. I'm not going to be told by David Dole or fucking anybody else that Joe Biden gets my vote. Nobody gets my vote. They come and earn my vote if I decide to vote for them. I personally don't believe that we have free and fair elections. I have no evidence to suggest that my particular vote in blue as fuck Santa Cruz County is going to make a goddamn difference for the president of the United States. I will vote in local elections. I will vote on ballot measures and referendums. Yes, Dingo, you're absolutely right. The people who can afford good health insurance here were telling us to vote for Hillary Clinton. And they were doing that because she promised them that single payer would never ever come to pass. If you're having good insurance at this point is like having a luxury car or having a second home or any particular item that you can point to as a status symbol. Like, holy fuck, I can go to the doctor when I want. I am better than you. It's a fucking amazing situation where where I talk to people who realize this shit. I was talking to a guy who came into my work at my job that I have to go to here in a couple hours, and he's out of work right now because he has a separated shoulder. And and I was like, well, have you gotten an MRI? It's been a while. He got an MRI because he has insurance through work. His brother does not have insurance through his work. His brother mashed up his collarbone. His brother is still waiting on his second follow-up appointment with just his arm set in a cast and hasn't seen a fucking doctor in 6 weeks. So he gets, like he was standing there railing against doctors, and I'm like, so are you any kind of, politically active? No, don't really see a reason to vote. All right, word, I get that. If shit came down to it, and I was like, hey guy, we're going to surround the Capitol building. He's, oh yeah, I'll do that. So we're getting there. We are. I feel like we're at a point to where mass mobilization is inevitable. I don't know if that's necessarily. It's a fucking weird thing. It is. I go back and forth with this with people a lot, and I go back and forth with it in real time with Jason Carney when he's on the show or in conversations that we have off camera. USA Today thinks that spending money on an Uber is an unnecessary expenditure. What if that's how you get someplace? If you're working and you get out when the buses stop running and it's a long ways home, you want to use a rideshare service. I don't understand buying lunch. Buying lunch is an unnecessary expenditure. Gym classes or memberships. We talked about this earlier, where people are now staying in shape just so they can increase their productivity. If you're calling a gym membership unnecessary, the USA Today is seriously saying if you're a poor person, you go to work hungry You stay at work hungry, you go home hungry, and you go to bed. And that's what you get because you're poor. These people are fucking insane, y'all. I really don't know what else to say about that. I'm gonna try and get one more video in before I go to work. I hope to do that. Between now and then, good luck to us all.